instinct, I should say. I'll say the air of invincibility. People think they can beat Leighton Hewitt now, where I think last year they really didn't think that they could beat him.
It's the first meeting between the two men.
Play.
And it's Karlovic to serve.
Let. First service. Love.
A new face in the Hewitt entourage, the gentleman in the red cap, Roger Rashid, the new coach, alongside his parents, of course, Glenn and Sherilyn Hewitt.
All. 30-15. All.
So the first double fault, the distinctive bleep of Cyclops, the line monitor machine on the main show courts, will call the service lines. There's the hustle that Hewitt's so famous for.
It's great scrambling, isn't it?
30-40.
I mean, he might not be able to get past 6'10" Karlovic, but tell you what, he can scramble. He's as quick as him. He's quicker than him. Oh. Oh, Karlovic got caught here. He was going to go for the volley there and then realised, oops, that's going to drop right behind me. Bit of a gamble. Go for the drop shot. Perfect. Right in the slot.
Advantage Hewitt.
Hewitt, it's just not far enough out. He should be able to get some very good angle. But Karlovic seems a bit tense. And Hewitt's jumped to a second chance to break serve.
Game Hewitt. First game.
Two double faults in the opening game, and Leighton Hewitt off to the flying start, just what he would have wanted, because the word was he was a little anxious coming into the match, wasn't it, Pat? He knew nothing about his opponent. He'd been trying desperately to find out, practicing with another Yugoslav, Mario Ancic, who played so well on the centre court last year.
Well, he definitely was tense in the locker room a few minutes ago before he came out, and to be expected. But I think Karlovic has got to be tense as well. You got to think that he's come from challenger circuits, and he played, he's just gone into Queens tournament, which is the first one of his, you know, the bigger tournaments, and now he's on the
Leighton
centre
Hewitt
court
to
of
serve.
Wimbledon against the defending champion, the first match of the tournament. So both boys are a bit tense.
Fifteen love.
We're seeing a bit of that from Hewitt. Hewitt doesn't. He's going to be just trying to play tough tennis. No need for him to do anything extraordinary. Karlovic has got the big serve. He's broken his serve now. Now he has to make him work.
$30 love. $40 love.
It's not just about pace, is it? Serving aces, all about placement. That one only 96 miles an hour.
Game Hewitt. Hewitt leads 2 games to love.
So the defending champion backs up the break with a love service game.
And you want to try and break straight away again. Get this big serve back.
Let. Second service. Love 15.
Well, he's going to need to get a few serves in if he's going to have a chance here. I'm sure he's anxious. But, you know, he's got to try and get that serve going. And the angle that the ball comes down at, too, is just quite amazing from that height. It's a risky game. Well, he got away with one, but I'll tell you what,
Love 30.
you wouldn't be wanting to drop shot Leighton Hewitt too often. This time getting caught again. Look how quickly he is. Just the change of direction that's so quick. Oh, boy, did that come down. 126 miles an hour.
15-30.
That was like a bouncer right at his head. On a soft grass court. Look at that come up. Well, getting a bit of rhythm now.
30 all.
Ball toss was all over the place in the first game or so. It's amazing what nerves can do to you. You can affect the ball toss of the left arm.
But if he doesn't get the first serve in, he doesn't win the point.
30-40.
Again, just too much time for Hewitt to get out of the way. His intention was to serve into the body. Another break point. A double break.
Game Hewitt.
Oh, it's very disappointing, isn't it? 4 doubles. He's lost his serve twice. Hewitt leads 3 love.
Hewitt leads 3 games to love. First set.
It's no doubt that this Karlovic is much more affected by the occasion at the moment, Pat. I mean, poor fellow is freezing a little bit out there.
Yeah, he is. He's particularly his serve. I mean, he relies so much on his serve. And the ball toss. It's a bit hard to tell on TV, but one of them was lower, the next one was higher, one was more too far in front, the other one was back behind his head. And he'll probably settle down in time. And it's caused a lot of pressure. #1 player in the world, one of the best returners in the game. He knows he needs to get his first serve in, otherwise he's got absolutely no chance of winning this match. And that extra added pressure, of course, of being out there on the centre court of Wimbledon. The first day, pretty tough.
Well, Leighton Hewitt is about to serve. 3-love up.
$15.
Ivo Karlovic just hasn't got going, hasn't got the big serve going.
$30.
Other thing to remember, of course, is that the players have been playing on, at the moment, very dry conditions. Grass courts that are well worn and bouncing up high. These are skidding lower. He's just almost got too much power, doesn't he, at times?
Yes, that's nearer the back fence than the baseline.
$40-15.
So the first double fault of the match from Hewitt is also the first point he's conceded on serve after winning the first 7.
$40-30.
Big hand as Karlovic gets his first telling ground stroke into court.
Game Hewitt.
Well, tennis is
Hewitt leads 4-love.
very much about controlled aggression, and Hewitt's got a perfect example of doing this. He's trying to get a few first serves. He doesn't want to play too safely. He knows Karlovic is inconsistent off the ground strokes, but if he plays too softly, too easily, then Karlovic will start getting a rhythm and hit a few big winners.
15-love.
That one stayed low. Must have hit a bit of a slightly softer patch of grass. That's the one that's just very
30-love.
very hard to handle.
Much better second serve, and he needs that because you can see if he misses the first serve, he's in dead trouble. And you could do with a few more first serves in.
Well left.
$40-love.
Oh, that's going to make the big fella happy. Just settling down a little bit.
Hewitt leads 4 games to 1, first set.
Well, I'm delighted to say that for the first time at Wimbledon, we've got Hawkeye, our device, if I can put it that way. That's
Analysis device, yeah.
analysis device that has a whole series of separate cameras around the court that analyses and tracks the ball, and you've already spotted something.
Well, I thought it'd be nice to have a little look at, say, a computer-generated machine here that shows us the height at which the ball comes down from both players on the serve. Of course, see, Karlovic is in the yellow, Hewitt's in the red. That's the height difference, these guys. So look at the trajectory. Once it hits the ground, look where it's coming up. I mean, Leighton Hewitt's about 6 foot, but that's, you know, you got 0.6 of a second to react to that serve, and it's bouncing up high into your face. And doesn't matter what, you know, who you practice against. When you, all of a sudden you come up against a guy who's hitting it from that height, it's just very, very difficult to adjust. And I think it's unfortunate for Karlovic to not starting off very well, having really just thrown away 2 service breaks and given Hewitt a nice little opportunity to get nice and comfortable on the serve. And tennis, more than anything, is just a game of adjustments at the last minute. You have to adjust everything, and Hewitt's walked out, have to feel a grass court and adjust for the serve on the bounce on the serve.
Love.
Now, trying something different there, Karlovic. Trying to chip and charge.
Love. 40 love.
Second ace, just like the first. Wide out to the forehand.
Now that one's going to stay low, of course, with the slice. The lower Karlovic has to bend the worse.
Direction of the ball's good. Game Hewitt.
Well, he didn't like the one before, and that serve. And this time,
Hewitt leads 5 games to 1.
recorrect. I don't mind that, you know. I don't mind if the umpires correct themselves.
And Hawkeye's opinion as well is that the line judge was quite right to correct the call, and Jerry Armstrong was stepping in as well.
Love 15.
All over the second serve like a rash.
Love 30.
One of the best backhand across courts in the world. Look at that, just pulling the head of the racket, tip of the racket around. Karlovic is in trouble again.
Love 40.
As long as he can jab it back into the court, he's got all the chance in the world to win the point, Hewitt. Now for a third break and a set point.
(15-40). Game, first set, Hewitt. By 6 games to 1.
Well, a lot of the papers were describing this as the little and large show. It's David and Goliath to my mind, and once again David is coming out thoroughly on top. First set 6-1.
Oh, wow. The Eiffel Tower. Oh, mate, they gave us a great room. You better put these in your tennis bag.
Yeah, thanks, man.
And these, just in case you drop a set. You won't need them.
Monsieur Tomo, your room is this way.
Sorry, Leighton.
Win a sensational $40,000 trip to see the tennis stars at the Grand Slam of your choice, plus 8 $6,000 family holidays.
I can get up before the match.
The tour is on Fox Sports.
Pat, let's have a chat about Karlovic. Is it simply a question of settling, feeling comfortable out there? Does he have to take a bit of pace off the first serve?
Well, it's tough, isn't it? Because he's got to play against the best player in the world, and he can't take too much pace off. I saw his second serve just getting absolutely munched by Hewitt. And it's what he has to back this game up. He keeps persisting. Certainly he's got to just serve a lot better, but I think you know, it's always going to be a struggle for him to play against Hewitt, the guy who will nullify his best shot, which is his serve, with Hewitt's own best shot, which is his return. So yeah, obviously he's going to have to get some first serves in, get a few free points, and at least have an attempt at breaking Hewitt's serve.
Yes, no aces from the big server. 5 doubles and 43% of first serves in. Illustrating the point Pat was making, winning only 15% of the points when he gets the second serve in. A very unequal equation.
Yeah, so far a bit of a nightmare of a match, but we'll see. I'm sure he's settled down a little bit now.
Second set, Hewitt to serve.
New balls at the start of the second set.
$15 love. Let first service. $30 love. Let first service.
Well, he's got some serious power, doesn't he? I mean, with those long arms, those limbs.
30-15.
89 mile an hour forehand. It's pretty hard to get away from him too. That's just right in the hitting zone. And it's pretty tough to get anything away from that reach. That's what happens. You hit a big winner, all of a sudden the opponent starts thinking, oh, I have to do a bit of a better second serve. Oh, geez, probably the sun might be, it's just crept out. It could be a bit of an awkward spot there for Hewitt. A bit in and out today.
40-30.
Well, right attempt. Karlovic just trying to block that one back and get into the rally. But got to get it in first to have a chance.
Led first service. Game Hewitt. First game, second set.
So sadly, still no sign really of Karlovic getting into this match. Leighton Hewitt, of course, when the draw originally came out, Pat was expecting, I'm sure, to play Richard Krajicek, the former champion, in the second round. That's how the draw panned out. But sadly, Richard not only had to pull out of Wimbledon with an elbow injury, but announced his retirement.
Yeah, I was sad to see that, actually, because I was just so impressed by his results last year coming in from nowhere. But he's had a lot of injuries over his career, particularly knee injury, but elbow recent years. One of the great players and an exciting player too. Serve volleyer. Oh, well, they're a dying breed, that's for sure. Another one's gone.
Interesting tactic to try and lob the Giants. He nearly got the smash back.
15 long.
I think Karlovic didn't want to kill him. I think it's almost, it's like, are you serious? You're going to try and lob me? Well.
all.
Just needs a couple of those to go in, just to give himself a bit of confidence. Because actually his technique on his serve is nice. All these shots are technique of good. I think it's just getting it, whether he can control it all with that height.
15-30.
And like another well-struck volley just going out. Might be one of those days where everything he does doesn't quite come off.
Not much is coming off for Karlovic. Everything's coming off for Hewitt.
15-14.
Just another great return. Had a few options here. Just had enough time to be able to curl it right across the front. 2 break points. Ooh, he thought he was home then.
30-40. Deuce.
One of the rare times he didn't have a ball down at his feet there. Just shows how important it is for him to get his first serve in. That looked nice and easy.
Advantage Karlovic.
Yeah, 1-2. Good serve. Put the volley away. Oh.
Game Karlovic. One game on.
So Leighton Hewitt, who thought he was celebrating an immediate break of serve, finds himself tied at 1-all after that first ace from Karlovic at 125 miles an hour.
15 love. $30 love.
Precision placement yet again from Hewitt. 4 aces.
$40 love.
That's a good slice serve there. Not much pace. Almost the least pace the better. We'll stay lower.
Game Hewitt. Hewitt leads 2-1, second set.
Second love game of the match for Leighton Hewitt, who continues to be completely in control on his own serve. 30 minutes gone, and there's that traditional setting. The outside courts, that's court number 2, down in the bottom left-hand corner, and then 3, 4 and 5. And of course in the distance, court number 1. And isn't it lovely to see the grounds bathed in sunshine, because first thing this morning, it looked as if we might be staring at a tarpaulin all day. Unfortunately, the weather forecasters who said it was going to clear up. Absolutely right. And a couple of lovely forehands in that last game from Hewitt.
Well, he's got a, I suppose, underrated forehand. He likes a bit of pace coming through the ball. And you see, he's got a very high take back for most players. See the elbow go right up about parallel to his shoulder.
Time.
Drops down very quickly down the back, and the rotation as he's spinning around, and that's where a lot of the power comes from. A lot more than the forward and backward movement is actually coming around the ball. A lot of the players follow through almost behind them. They're facing completely the wrong way.
Princess Michael of Kent on the left, with the wife of the ambassador of Uzbekistan.
That's a great shot. Because that's a nice volley. Karlovic would have said, oh, that's good enough to win the point there. Came off his racket very quickly, but Hewitt was just there, just like a bullet. Well, he's not going to expect him too many lobs, particularly off a low ball like this.
Love 30.
This one didn't bounce awfully high. Hewitt just at the last minute lifting it up. Great disguise.
Love 40.
And what a great athlete. I mean, what do you do? Karlovic just hit 3 big first serves, hit 3 balls down at his feet. Followed them up with great passing shots.
$15.40.
Karlovic saving the 2 break points in the last game. Now, of course, he's got to save 3. 2 more to go.
$30.40.
Well, got hold of the last two
Deuce.
to the forehand. Disappointed Hewitt. He wants to, obviously, you see how close he was the last game to breaking serve. Within an inch. This time having 3 break points. Oh, it's too good.
Second ace.
Advantage Karlovic. Deuce.
Pity he'd done all the hard work, getting up from love 40 to his advantage. His first double fault of this set.
Advantage Karlovic.
Well, Hewitt just starting to get a little frustrated at missing returns like that off the second serve. Hardly missed one in the first set.
Deuce.
Third deuce, making this by some distance the longest game of the match so far.
Advantage Karlovic.
But he's not missing on the backhand.
Yeah, not the cleanest hit in the world.
Deuce.
It's quite a miss in actual fact, but it doesn't matter. That'll do. It goes over and he wins the point.
Advantage Karlovic.
That serve. And much more impressive serving. Karlovic now, the second set seemed to have settled down a little bit.
Two games all.
Nice comfortable height for a man who's 6'10" and who's done remarkably well to save 5 break points now in this second set.
$15 love.
Now there's a change-up. The chip and charge.
15 all.
Well, he's tried a couple, but it hasn't worked. It's only at that height. He's got to put some threat on Hewitt. And to get in the net with that reach makes it a little bit tougher. Hewitt the pass.
(30-15).
So he looked at it and well, it looked a bit dodgy. That angle somehow Cyclops misses a few. Wouldn't be surprised if that was just out.
40-15. Game Hewitt's. Hewitt leads 3-2, second set.
So Leighton Hewitt yet to face a break point on the serve, and we were talking, Pat, about the demise of Richard Krajicek. Another serve and volley are gone, but if we look at this statistic, here's a man, Karlovic, who's serving and volleying on first and second serves every single time and getting beaten and beaten badly. Is this the problem, that with modern equipment and speed of reaction, it's so tough to serve and volley against a great baseliner like Hewitt?
Well, I think that's part of it. Yeah, I think the fact that the courts are so even, they're all very similar paced. You know, I think for Karlovic, obviously, he's got a long way to drop down when Hewitt gets the ball back to his feet. And, you know, he's just coming on the circuit. And it's good to see a guy that big serve volleying, whether his coach has made a decision to, listen, just keep coming in. And he may have a long-term plan to keep developing his volleys and get better and better. And, you know, I believe that a guy like Karlovic is really sort of the future of tennis. Like, you know, somebody who's tall with a big serve, giant reach, but can volley. It'd be, you know, almost impossible to beat when you come to think of it.
Leighton Hewitt's agents on the right, then his parents. On the left, his coach, Roger Rashid. And all the entourage.
Yeah, it's very often that the agents on one side have different priorities to the coach on the other side.
Nah, don't believe it.
Play that they want him to win, but they want to drag him from tournament to tournament, making money.
30 love.
But he is serving so much better now.
40 love.
Well played.
Karlovic. 3 games all.
So the reason, or one of the main reasons why this set is so much more competitive is that Karlovic is now getting 73% of his first serves in, compared with, as you can see, 43 in the first set. Chalk and cheese.
$15 love. $15 all. 30-15.
Well, he might have been a good forehand approach shot, but you see the difference in the agility between the two players. Hewitt cruising across easily, getting that forehand, and the ball wasn't that strongly hit. Karlovic just couldn't get there.
Both.
All.
Third double fault from Leighton Hewitt, and this is the first time in the match that he's under any sort of pressure on his serve. Hasn't faced a break point yet. Oh, what a great second serve.
Well, he's used that a couple of times, hasn't he?
40-30.
And that's a serve that he, every once in a while, pops out and takes a, he hits it perfectly. Of course, it ends up an ace, but quite often it's more of a surprise tactic, getting himself out of pressure.
Deuce.
Two double faults as well as the ace, so Hewitt making life hard for himself.
That was really beautiful forehand from Karlovic. Can't really do much more than that. Hewitt, Agassi's
Advantage
type,
Hewitt.
just snapping the ball back, and that one didn't really need to get back. It's just a bit wide.
Game Hewitt. Hewitt leads 4-3.
So Hewitt coming through his first little test on serve, but Pat, it's not been a great year for him. There are a lot of distractions going on. I mean, the change in coach from Jason Stoltenberg to Roger Rashid since the French Open. He's just started a big lawsuit against the ATP, the governing body of the men's tour, and named their chief executive, suing them for millions of dollars over a dispute in Cincinnati last year. And he hasn't played that many tournaments this year.
Well, yeah, it's... Yeah, I think by his standards, I think he'd be disappointed. I mean, you can only go so far up. I mean, from number one, there's only one way to go, really, I suppose. It's the way down, and there's plenty of theories about it all. But the bottom line is he's still number one seed in this tournament, still number two player in the world. And, you know, he's just one hell of a competitor. He's still a great player. As I said, that air of invincibility, the air that he can't be beaten is now gone, and so players go out there and they actually think they can beat him. So that makes a big difference, and it takes maybe takes sometimes a few years for players to work out what they can do, or work out a game plan to beat somebody like Hewitt.
We're sending out for glue for your dentures, by the way.
15 love. Love.
5 aces each now. At the end of the first set, it was 3-0 in favour of Hewitt.
40 love.
Full stretch.
40-15.
Well, agility, isn't it? That's a magic word with this guy. Both feet off the ground when he's hitting that ball. And managed somehow to get it down the line.
Game, Karlovic. Four games all.
Well, lovely to see a much more competitive set after that overwhelming first one. Well, you wouldn't think it was a great tactic to drop shot against Hewitt.
15.
Well, it's a risky one. I mean, sometimes it can come off, but it's not a. It's amazing with people who do drop shots. Under pressure, they make the mistake. At the moment, there's not much pressure at love all in the game.
All.
I don't mind that sort of tactic. I think it was, I'm not sure if exactly going for the drop shot or just to try and chip the ball low and wide. Low and wide I like. Short, and wide, it's a good idea, but the drop shot, as I said, it's just a risky business. You need a bit more margin for error.
$15-30.
Well, the double fault's beginning to come quickly from the Hewitt racket. 2 in the last game. And again, it's opened up a little window of opportunity for Karlovic.
He just loves the target, doesn't he?
30.
On the back of the court, he wasn't really doing any damage. As soon as Karlovic gets into the net, and well, it's a bit unfortunate, of course, let court, but once he can hit a winner, get a bit of pace, he's deadly.
Sizzling.
Did he hit this hard? I mean, that is a good approach shot. Low, as I talked about, low and wide, short and wide. And he just let rip.
Deuce.
Oh, is that the first time he's come to the net today?
First serve and volley.
We're running for our stat machine, Sellers.
And it's deuce. Well, it was deuce, now advantage Hewitt.
Advantage Hewitt.
Certainly turned into a much more interesting set, this one, with Karlovic hitting the target on his serve. And Hewitt almost looking a little tense, dare I say.
Game Hewitt. Ball change, please. New balls.
Yes, early in this set, Hewitt had a chance to get the break of serve and really continue the domination of the first set. Karlovic saved 2 break points in his first service game of the set, 3 in his second service game. But since then, it's been a very even contest. And in that last game, Hewitt down 15-30. He had to come up with some fantastic passing shots.
He did. I mean, Karlovic is, starting to play some good tennis. Obviously, he's been a bit nervous walking on the centre court. And Hewitt, I would have thought, would have been too. But with his experience, he's come out and played very solidly. Karlovic, I mean, without that serve, first serve of his, it's coming down from 6'10". He's just a pretty average player, but he's getting it in this set. And Hewitt knows that he has to get the ball back into play. Knows that he has to, work the point around a little bit and wait for Karlovic to make a mistake. Well, what's happening now is Karlovic isn't making quite as many mistakes and is starting to creep his way into the net. And Hewitt's just starting to, produce a couple of errors.
Seeing those Australian hats there, should we talk rugby, Pat?
What's that? Oh my God! I mean, how many people have given rugby union when they win one game? It's not even important. We had 7 players out. You had your best team in. It's nowhere near the World Cup. Oh dear me! So you've got to rub it in. Hey, what are you talking about? You're Welsh anyway. Fewer complaints can please send in to David Mercer.
Love.
6'10", then you add on an arm, add on the length of the racket, jump a little bit up in the air. What are we talking about? 12 feet it's coming down from?
Wait.
Yes, ball boy out of position.
He's having to come up with some passes like that, and we know he can do that.
15 all.
Another good volley from Karlovic, all the way down there. Look at that. I mean, that's you're not going to get much better volley than that. What he should have done is really covered there. Doesn't move all that well after hitting a certain recovery shot.
And it is possible to lob a giant.
It's a couple now with it. Really
15-30.
holding it to the last second, just flipping it over his head. Now, that one didn't bounce. Soft grass court.
30 all.
He got there easily enough, and then I think he realised that it just didn't bounce as high as he's used to. He's been playing on dry grass courts. Ball's been bouncing a little higher. This is a bit damp court. First lesson in how to serve and volley.
30-40.
When the player's running wide, you cover the line. Karlovic there, just a bit slow, just shift across a little bit. Look at the jump there. It just didn't get across to cover that, and he knows it too. He's get across, cover that line. Let him hit the tougher one.
Set point.
Deuce.
Oh, he didn't get the double fault. He'd been putting in a few double faults under pressure in the first set. Going to that Hewitt forehand again. With that height, the ball just jumps up higher. It's just very, very difficult to get used to. See, Hewitt mishit that one.
Advantage Karlovic. Game Karlovic, 5 games all.
7 aces now from Karlovic, all of them in this second set, and he's now saved a total of 6 break points in this second set. So doing well, the 24-year-old from Zagreb, clinging on in his first ever Grand Slam match, came through the qualifying. Won 3 matches last week in Roehampton.
$15 love.
And he's shown us he can drive through the backhand. Karlovic, surprised he didn't try there.
Well, again, another error from the forehand. And I think just expecting the ball to be a bit higher than it was.
This is a general announcement. Any persons requiring to help will be disabled. This is a general announcement. All disabled.
Well, it's very disturbing for the players to have that PA announcement in the middle of a point.
Well,
15-30.
I think the players should have stopped and replayed the point. He should have called. I mean, the umpire really should have called stop to that point. I mean, come on, Jerry, you're experienced enough.
Jerry Armstrong from Sussex.
First service. All.
There certainly was a chance. This is the reaction of Hewitt. He knows he was under pressure. 15-30, second serve.
$40-30.
Hewitt had it. Trying to be too cute.
Hewitt leads 6 games to 5.
So
Second
Karlovic
set by 1 set to love.
still to have a break point in the match. He's getting closer, but Hewitt keeps coming up with the shots when he needs to.
Yeah, you can just keep pulling out a good serve. That's a frustrating thing about Hewitt. He doesn't have a particularly giant serve, but he can produce, you know, the aces when it matters. I suppose that's the making of a champion. Just being able to come out with the goods. Now, whether that's I'd say not really luck, but he's able to do it when it counts, even though he may miss a whole bunch of them. Maybe he's playing the percentages. Say, okay, I missed 3 first serves here. I'm going to get one, and goes for it, and it comes off. But all in all, he can perform under pressure. I think that's what being a champion is. And I would have liked to have. Not sure if I would have liked to have been Jerry Armstrong, the umpire, if he had lost his serve there. Yes. And there's a pity, actually, because that point was actually a very, very good point. Karlovic came up with a backhand smash. Everybody was too busy wondering what the reaction was going to be. So, you know, it does worry me a little bit to think that, you know, Hewitt's getting himself consistently under pressure on his serve. And we're coming into a tiebreaker here. But if the big man can serve it out, set this game out, tiebreaker could be very interesting.
Not many players in the world would have got to that volley, let alone got it so close to getting it back into play. For once, he covered the line.
30 love.
Yep. Well, Hewitt's going to keep going there until he starts covering it. Well, he got there pretty easily, wouldn't he? Well, just didn't quite have the pace to get past the big fella on that passing shot.
Well, that's second serve, 116 miles an hour.
Game Karlovic. Six games all, second set, tiebreak.
So it will indeed be a tiebreak to decide this second set.
Should be reasonably used to playing these tiebreakers too. Ivo Karlovic, a serve like that. Now there's something you would not have seen 10 years ago. Leighton Hewitt hitting it, any player hitting a short ball inside the service line, hitting it and then running backwards. Tell you, my coach would have given me the biggest hiding of all time if I'd ever done that. Incredible, isn't it? And wins the point. Oh. Not happy, thought it was wide.
1-0.
You can see the ball mark going through at this stage of the grass. You can see the ball marks pretty clearly.
Oh, lovely stuff.
That's a good touch.
Well, the first point against the serve, the first mini break.
3-1, Karlovic.
Goes to Karlovic, the qualifier.
Occasionally players are getting caught with the ball not coming through as quickly as they've been used to. Of course, the new grass court doesn't come through quite as quickly. I've seen that with Hewitt hitting a couple of, particularly that last lob. And that backhand in Karlovic. More on the slower shots than the fast serves.
4-2, Karlovic.
Well, whenever he's in trouble, Karlovic is going to the forehand of Hewitt, and it's working at the back of the court or on the serve. I can understand the serve. I mean, nobody'd be quite used to returning a 6'8" serve with those long arms coming from a tremendous height with a tremendous bounce. It's a clever play. He's got the mini break to go.
Brilliant. Karlovic looks down the court in simple disbelief.
4-3, Karlovic.
How quick is this kid? Even in slow motion, he was like a flash.
Four all.
Just getting
5-4, Hewitt.
that stopping and changing directions. It's a lot of body weight to change direction. We're on the center of gravity, really.
Five all.
Fastest serve of the match, that one.
Oh, a very
6-5,
good
Karlovic.
tiebreaker so far from Karlovic. Has got into set point. Now he's going to do something with the Hewitt serve. Is he going to hope for a second serve and just have a real smack at the ball, hoping to hit a winner?
Let, first service.
And he did. Exactly what he did. Got that forehand and wound up. Second set. Over Karlovic, 7-6.
By 7 games to 6.
NRL on Fox gives you a special 1-hour preview of State of Origin 2. Laurie Daly and Wally Lewis will be at the ground giving you the latest news. An NRL on Fox State of Origin special, Wednesday night at 6, Fox Sports 1.
They are the players who have the skill, patience,
Never blinked.
and perseverance to take the game to new heights. Magic! On the toughest tour in the world, it's time to roll with the best.
Here it comes.
Live and exclusive, the St. Jude Classic tees off Friday morning at 6, Fox Sports 1.
Quiet, please. Official Australian wine supplier to Wimbledon.
Oh, the bunnies! How sweet it is!
Calling all
Rabbitohs fans. Your South Sydney Rabbitohs host the Warriors at 3 p.m. Sunday, June 29 at Aussie Stadium. Get to the game for your last chance at winning an 11-night cruise on P&O Pacific Sky just by being at the game. Souths Warriors, Sunday, June 29, Aussie Stadium.
Well, we haven't had a race like this for a long time.
The last race in Spain was pure theatre.
But you are seeing the ride of a genius.
Now the stage is set for an encore in Assen.
He's come from absolutely nowhere.
When others crumbled, Caparossi's performance in the heat was flawless.
It's a historic day for Ducati.
So reserve your seat for the season.
You are in for an absolute treat.
Exclusively live, round 7 of the MotoGP, Saturday 8:30, Fox Sports 2.
Well, we could have a real match on our hands now that Ivo Karlovic has claimed that second set on that tiebreak, that wonderful forehand winner. And he's got a young supporter up in the players' box. Just a little pleased.
Time.
All I can tell you is it's not his brother, because he's only got a sister, Anna.
Well, I don't think they'd think he'd be in this position, really. What a thrill. Be on get into Wimbledon qualifying, qualify through, drawing the top seed and being a set all with him. Serious thrill.
Third set, Karlovic to serve.
He's even starting to read the passing shots a little. He's learnt that Hewitt's going down the line.
15 love.
Again, a good deep volley. Hewitt really gets hold of the pass, but Karlovic has cut it off. He's just waiting for it.
$30 love. $40 love. Game Karlovic. First game, third set.
And having looked completely out of place in the first set, perhaps Karlovic now looks totally at home on the centre court.
What a turnaround, isn't it? Amazing what a bit of confidence does. Just settling down. Obviously, he's played some matches on the grass, having gone through qualifying, and clearly he's playing pretty well. But, yeah, when he walked out here, the first set, boy, he looked rough. he didn't look like much of a player at all, missing all the shots. Just getting out. Holding a few serves, getting in touch, staying in touch really with Hewitt has helped a lot. There's that forehand again.
Love 15.
Well, the first couple he hit almost hit the back fence on the full. Now they're going in. That forehand's continuing to miss.
Love 30.
Anxious times for the Hewitt camp.
Just getting a little too much, isn't it?
15-30.
Ooh. You know, you have an opponent like Hewitt at love 30. You've got to make him play a tough shot. Don't give him a free point. He's clearly a little bit rattled, Hewitt. Make him have to play the toughest shot possible. Well, he did the right thing there. Hewitt came up with a great passing shot.
30 all. .30. Deuce.
That was just almost too hard to control. Trying to give a little knee jump. That's worked well. Wide, staying low.
Advantage Hewitt.
Glyn and Sherilyn Hewitt. Dad was an Aussie rules footballer. Mother was a very good netball player.
That's a nasty shot. Wasn't he?
Deuce.
Don't think he meant to hit a drop shot then, but just meant to skim it low. Good reactions though, Karlovic. He realised it was just going to scrape over the net. Started moving forward, waiting for the scoop up from Hewitt. Right in the line. Oh, I'll tell you what, he
Advantage Hewitt.
must have had a bit of a nerve at his heart in his mouth. Then Hewitt with that forehand.
Yes, he hasn't faced a break point yet in the match.
Game Hewitt. One game all.
One game all then at one set all, and of course if you can't get in to see the centre court you can always have a look on Hemman's Hill or Brzezinski's Bridge. I suppose we'll call it a little later in the day when Greg is out on court number 1. Hope you're enjoying yourselves out there. And there's the view from the south side, court 2 in the bottom left.
$15 love. $30 love.
That's the first serve he's missed in this set, which explains why he hasn't lost a point so far.
Let. Second service. 30-15.
This of the one double fault in the second set, 5 in the first. Doesn't have the dexterity of Hewitt.
Well, I think to be fair to him,
30 all.
The ball skimmed over the net and stayed very low. Wanted to get right under that ball to have dug that one back out. Karlovic, so he's going to be keen to get a jump on here. Boy, it's a big serve out wide.
40-30.
115 miles. Continually going to Hewitt's forehand, and it's working. And Hewitt certainly is the slightly weaker side. And on a fresh grass court where the players just tend to miss time it fractionally, these tactics are working.
He doesn't exactly have what's known in the trade as soft hands, does he, Karlovic?
Deuce.
Well, that racket is a long, long way away from his body when you think about it, when it's going to hit the ball. And the closer the ball is to the body, the more control and more power you have. When he goes to hit the ball, it's got to be about 4 feet away from him. From his main part of his body, not his racket.
Advantage Hewitt.
So here's the first break point of this third set. Hewitt had all of them in the second 6. Sir Jackie Stewart. He knows a thing or two about speed.
Well, frustrating for Hewitt.
Deuce.
I mean, he knows how crucial it is to grab these break points. I mean, he had all of them in the last set and ended up losing it, which is pretty rare for Hewitt to have so many break points and not quite grab them.
Advantage Karlovic.
Could be a costly miss.
Deuce. Advantage Karlovic.
It is amazing how often Karlovic goes to the Hewitt forehand with the second serve now. He's really developed that pattern.
Karlovic leads 2 games to 1.
It's a little low.
Third set, 1 set all.
Interesting, Hewitt's said that not too often that Hewitt misses the opportunity to break serve when he has break points. The stats last year: points 1 returning first serve, number 1 Leighton Hewitt. Points 1 returning second serve, Leighton Hewitt is number 2. Returning games 1, Leighton Hewitt number 1. But when it comes to break points converted, he's not even in the top 10. I'm not sure. I don't read too much into stats, but clearly what it means is that he's great at doing everything, but when it comes to actually breaking the serve, he's not as good. Just kind of hard to believe, actually. It doesn't sort of add up. Does it really? When you think he's number 1 in everything, and then yet when he actually get the break points and win them, he's way down. Stats, I can't understand them. We're not here in America. We don't need all those stats filtering our brains.
Lies, damn lies and statistics, isn't it?
Yes. Oh dear. And all in all, it's certainly going to get frustrating for Hewitt if he doesn't get those break points eventually. And he had a big trouble because he had a lot of trouble against Dick Norman. Big Dick Norman last week at Queen's. 6'8".
Bit of a shorty, isn't he?
Yeah, 6'8", 6'10" he's had in his first couple of matches on each tournament.
Love 15.
Keeps putting himself under pressure now on his own service games, Hewitt.
$15 all. $30-15.
Six ace from Hewitt.
$30 all.
I tend to think that this guy could actually get some more mobility in his game. That he would be very deadly with the shots that he's got. He volleys very well for a tall guy as well. Something if I was his coach I'd be working on. It's not so much from one point to the next, it's the changing of directions and going backwards.
30-40.
Double fault, and it gives Karlovic his first break point of the match. Would you believe it, Karlovic?
Well, well, well.
Karlovic leads 3 games to 1.
3 holes in the ground. He was really going to fire up now, doesn't he?
$15 all.
Oh, that's the biggest serve of the day. 135.
And the record, of course, 149, held now by Greg Rosetsky and Andy Roddick jointly.
fair to say we're all pretty excited about the prospect of Roddick Rosetsky. Second round match, which could be the match of the tournament. Though maybe not in excitement, maybe not in quantity of rallies. Plenty of big serving.
(30-15).
Well, Hewitt was all over the Karlovic's second serve at the start of the match, but now not the case.
Too many mistakes, isn't he? Just not making him play enough. And the way he's going, he's not getting an awful lot of second serves, so
40-15.
really needs to take advantage when he does.
Game Karlovic. Ball change, please. New balls.
Well, there's a long, long way to go, but
4 games to 1.
only once has the men's defending champion at Wimbledon lost in the first round the following year. Manolo Santana in 1967. He won in 66 and he lost in 67 to Charlie Pasarell in the first round.
It's a tough draw. Charlie Pasarell, very good serve bowler. First set, let's look at the first, second and third sets, the service percentages. Karlovic there, the first set, 43%. Got absolutely annihilated. 71% second set. And 71% so far in the third percent. Hewitt's chopping down. Now, Hewitt's always, generally speaking, around the 50% mark. His serve is not one of his strengths. But for Karlovic to get 70%, in the 60s is very good. High 60s is extremely good. In the 70s is almost impossible to beat at that pace. I mean, it really is almost impossible. And he's come up against the #1 player in the world. He knows he has to serve like this. And after the first set, he certainly needed to improve. And boy, as he stood up, I mean, you've got to give him credit. His first ever Grand Slam match, defending champion, #1 player in the world, or #1 seed. New balls.
And the crowd that were very silent through the first set are now thoroughly into this. What an explosive start to Wimbledon.
We have seen some incredible Wimbledons, haven't we? Upsets. Andre Agassi going out early last year. Goran Ivanisevic, you can forget that win. That's my all-time favourite tennis moment, that one. That match.
Against Rafter in the final on the Monday.
On the Monday, it was just unbelievable.
Well, if he starts unleashing backhands like that, anything's possible.
40-15.
Forehands worked very well, and here we'll see him open up. Watch him pull out of this shot. There he goes, right out open. Oh, just
Game Hewitt. Karlovic leads 4 games to 2.
Now, Pat, here's a guy who's in the groove on the serve, as you pointed out with that first serve percentage. So if you're Hewitt, would you be moving around the court, giving him a different look, moving in, moving back?
There's not an awful lot that Hewitt can do. He's just got to stay patient and grab the second serve. You know, there are things to do. Try and slow the play down a little bit. Or, yeah, possibly jump around. I'd be trying all sorts of different things, but the second serve, I'd go back to my traditional position and just try and get it back. Right, Hewitt knows it. Look at him, he's on his toes. He knows he's got to make hay of this second serve. Oh, well, that's a freebie.
Love 15. 15 all.
Oh, that one. That's just... How are you supposed to get that back? It's impossible. And that was just so short over the net. So wide and short.
$40-15. Again, Karlovic. Karlovic leads 5 games to 2. Third set, 1 set all.
Well, serving at 73% in this set as well. At 6'8", of course, you've got a much higher trajectory over the net. You've got a great opportunity to hit the ball down. Watch his feet position. He gets absolutely maximum height that he possibly can in that 6'10" frame. It's a beautiful action. It's not dissimilar to Goran Ivanisevic's in a way that it flows very, very well. But his feet are together, and so there's and then he gets on his tiptoes. So it's, as I said, 6 foot. What are we trying to work out? 6'10" with about 5 foot long arms, 2 foot racket, jumps off the ground. So he's hitting the ball from about, what was that, 35 feet, I think. And no wonder it's getting over the net pretty easily.
Sorry, the president of the club. And no sign of him freezing as yet, now that he's got into the lead.
You would have assumed that a guy like this would eventually... tell you what, they're wanting the crowd are really supporting Karlovic. They're looking for an upset here. We heard John McEnroe say before about
15 love.
Serena Williams. He said, in the French Open, when you're the #1 player in the world, everybody's looking for an upset, the underdog. It's kind of tough, really, because you work your way to get to #1 to get a bit of respect. No such thing on the court.
Let second service. $15 all.
The slice keeping the ball low on the approach. Not easy to pass.
There's a sign of panic for you.
15-13.
We've done a number of things with that one. Push the ball deep would have been the most sensible. Going for a very risky drop shot.
All.
Well, he's not going to ease the ball back into the court, Hewitt. He's going to continue to hit the ball hard. Doesn't want Karlovic to set up and have a decent swing. Great ball. Right off the back of the court, back of the line, skidding through.
30-40.
Set point. For 2 sets to 1 lead. Ivo Karlovic here.
Deuce.
He did get the shot that he wanted. A mid-height forehand. Oof.
Yes, he thought it was long. No bleep from Cyclops.
Advantage Hewitt.
Gotta say that.
Game Hewitt.
Chance of Aussie.
Karlovic leads 5 games to 3.
So Hewitt survives set point, but now he's got to find a way of breaking the Karlovic serve, something he hasn't done since the first set.
It's also the first chance that Karlovic has had to serve out a set. So let's see what the qualifier can do. His first ever Grand Slam match. Cool. That'll do. It's like swatting a fly, wasn't it, that one?
15 love.
Just whack that serve down and then there's that fly. I'll get that whack. Well, that's something we do in Australia a lot.
Oh, ace on the second serve.
Oh, 30 love. Forty love.
What a way to serve it out. And the defending champion finds himself down by 2 sets to 1. What a start to the championships.
They've tackled each other in the test arena. Now it's time to change colours.
How about that?
England and Zimbabwe finally get it on in a one-day tournament with South Africa. Heath Street's young chargers keen to show Vaughanslot what they've got.
Plays that well.
Oh, that's gone so far, needs frequent flyer points.
But the big-hitting Proteas could be the demise of both sides. Live and exclusive from Trentbridge, the NatWest Series starts Thursday night, 7:30, Fox Sports 1.
A washing machine that shakes won't last. That's why LG have designed a direct drive system using less moving parts, giving greater durability and balance. LG's IntelliWasher Direct Drive. It's the smarter way to wash. LG, life's good.
Ever wanted to have a Barbie with your favourite team? Well, Super Saturday signs give you the chance to share a snag with your heroes and win a season double pass to next year's Telstra Premiership. Just bring a sign to any Super Saturday game. Include That's My Team and the Fox Sports logo for extra points. There's Fox Sports packs to be won each week, and the best signs will be announced on NRL Scoreboard, with weekly winners going into the draw for the major prize. Super Saturday signs, your chance to party with your team.
Coming soon to Fox Sports, our coverage of the world's toughest cycling event begins. The Tour de France.
The best result you could possibly hope for.
Riders chase each other across a stadium of natural beauty for the holy grail of cycling, the yellow jersey.
The pressure is unbelievable.
Tune in for daily highlights of every stage. The Tour de France starts July 6, Fox Sports 1.
Fourth set, Hewitt to serve. Led second service.
Just in the corner, off the net cord.
$15 love. $30 love. $40 love.
Perhaps went to the forehand once too often.
40-15. Game Hewitt. First game, fourth set.
Oh, a little bit of luck for Hewitt. He's going to need a little bit of luck and a little bit of a letdown for Karlovic is what Hewitt's going to need. He's up 2 sets to 1. I don't think he's dreamed of being in this position. And he could potentially just relax a little bit, and that could be his big mistake against Leighton Hewitt.
Yes, and I remember people like Vijay Amritraj, Victor Amaya were doing really well in the first rounds against Bjorn Borg, but somehow Bjorn always found a way to win in that incredible sequence, and that's what Hewitt is certainly capable of doing.
Yeah, you've got to say that's a great volley.
15 love.
Hewitt really jumped on top of that serve, crunching the forehand. Well, what are you supposed to do against this? I mean, it's a great serve, got the ball pretty low, and the guy just knocks it off. He's playing as well as anybody in the world. And this is what he's having to do. He's having to produce very, very hard passing shots, very fast to get past his opponent. Been going down the line, this time deciding to go cross court.
Threading the needle.
30 all.
Moves so quickly up the court and then hooks it round. And is he pumped up? 30 love to 30 all.
That's what we're talking about.
30,
this guy's he's just ruthless, isn't he? Okay, let's see if he can grab one of these break points.
Deuce.
The last 2 break points Hewitt's had have been cancelled out by aces. 18 in all now for Karlovic.
Let for service.
He started slowly in the ace department. Then it won in the first set.
Advantage Karlovic.
He's even reading all the moves now.
Well, that one didn't come through, and as I was talking about before.
1 game on.
Quite a lot of those slower shots don't come through, and they stop, and often don't bounce very high. As talked about, just puts the timing off a little bit.
$15 love. $15 all.
Well, it was 2 double faults that cost Leighton Hewitt the crucial break of serve in the 3rd set.
Top of the tape.
30-15.
There's another shot of Karlovic's that really checked, stopped completely. Hewitt couldn't get much pace on the ball. He's very good when the ball's coming hard to him. Hewitt generating his own pace, not quite as good.
$40-15. $40-30.
Karlovic's very quick to move in there when he come up with another short low ball. On serve.
Leads 2 games to 1, 4th set. Karlovic by 2 sets to 1.
And the crowd on Henman's Hill is growing as the word gets around, I'm sure, the outside courts that Leighton Hewitt's in real strife on the centre court. 2 sets to 1 down. Go on, give us a wave, that's it. Exactly 2 hours. Pat, now you've spotted another part of the Karlovic serve with the help of our friends on Hawkeye.
Well, I think it's just emphasising what we're saying, how difficult it is for Hewitt to pick up these serves. We're seeing tee serve, which is the one down the centre, and the red one is the wide serve, and we can see just how far with that how far Hewitt's got to go to be able to pick some of these balls up, or the great angle that he's got. But the Karlovic can get with that height. You see the two balls, but that's one thing. When we see it from a different angle, you can see it's almost impossible to get that red one there. Look at that. I mean, and Hewitt is standing from this position right here. And you know, if Leighton Hewitt can't get it back, I tell you what, there's not many people who can. And I suppose that's the great thing about playing as an underdog. You've got nothing to lose. You might as well keep going for him.
$15 love.
If he's
$30 love.
Again, just being able to get with that height, being able to get the angle. It's almost like a left-hander serve, drawing the player out of court. One of the few times he's actually had a chance to set up a little bit. Didn't have to run too far. Could have gone down the line or across court.
Net. First service.
Both players a bit casual on that point.
30 all.
It's a big point too. Hewitt not really hitting the passing shot, and I said he's a bit tentative on some of those slower balls. They're checking a little bit. He's having to generate his own pace. It's a bit tough. Well, what do you do about that? No.
40-30.
There really is nothing you can do. Somebody's serving that well.
Game Karlovic. Two games all.
Two terrific second serves from 30 all, both at the forehand. And this is the return hit position where Hewitt is lining up. You can see the yellows are the first serves, the green the second serves. Obviously he's a lot further back for the first serve.
Love 15. 15 all.
Well, I think it's a good ploy from Karlovic. It looked like an easy mistake, but he intended to go really open the court up. We'll go for a winner there. It's no use him just rallying backwards and forwards. It's not his style of play.
$15-30.
Well, this is serious stuff now for Hewitt. 2 sets to 1 down. 15-30.
Out!
Yes. Again, throwing that serve down to the forehand.
30 all.
Taking a bit of a gamble. Some surprise tactic. He's done that quite a lot from this first court.
$40-30. Ball change, please. New balls.
No breaks. So far in this fourth set, Hewitt leads by 3 games to 2.
3 games to 2. Fourth set. Karlovic by 2 sets to 1.
Let's have a little look at the Hawkeye again. The position that Hewitt's returning from. White is first serve, of course, and the green, white, yellow, yellow and green. What I'm interested in is if you look at from this angle at the top, see how he's the yellows. He's going slightly forward on the wide ones, but not an awful lot. He's still hitting them well behind the baseline. I would like to see Hewitt step up to about where the green position is and start hitting some of those returns. He's obviously connecting with the green ones. A lot of those, the yellow, the wides, he's just got no chance of getting. The balls keep going further and further. Where, if you look at the other side, the court, you've got Karlovic, his long reach, so much closer to the baseline. He's cutting that angle off of those wide ones, particularly on the right-hand side, the forehand court. Time. Whole splattering of first serves, yellow ones out there. He can get to those by cutting the angle off and not going parallel to the baseline. And I think until Hewitt does that, and he had a big problem with a very aggressive Dick Norman last week in Queens, who was serving from that height and that angle. Same problem. Kept drawing him out of court. He just couldn't get his racket on the ball.
New balls in play.
Oh, that's a pretty risky shot, that one.
15 love.
Has to try and dink it back down. That's so easy from sitting where I am, of course, but you're coming in for those drop shots, just trying to get it down to the big feet. Again, where he is positioned.
30 love.
He's got to somehow cut the angle down, because the closer he gets to the baseline, the less reaction time he has. I don't think at this stage he's got no option. Hewitt's got to take a bit of a chance, particularly on the first serve.
Here's a pictorial illustration of just how much ground Hewitt is having to cover out there. Centered service judge very much in peril.
does
Three games all.
Leighton Hewitt have to weather this storm? He's just playing unbelievably good tennis. Qualifier from Croatia in the, well, after the first half an hour. It's been faultless tennis.
Love.
Croats obviously like playing on the centre court because it was Ancic last year, had his great win over Federer. The year before it was a fella called Ivanisevic.
Love.
You've got to say that a good scrap usually brings out the best in Leighton Hewitt. Certainly going to have to produce his best at the moment. Get himself out of this one.
Love. Let.
Yeah, there's a ball right in front of our commentary box. Just running a little loose, now being cleared up.
Again, Hewitt. Hewitt leads 4 games to 3, full set. Karlovic by 2 sets to 1.
I was interested by what you were saying there, Pat, about, you know, Hewitt brings, when he's in a good scrap, he produces his best. But in a year that he's been having, does he have that complete self-belief, that feeling of total invincibility that he might have had this time last year?
Well, I don't think he quite has that. He obviously hasn't been getting through the big matches as well as he had been the previous year. And that's got to dent his confidence a little bit, and certainly to be in the position he's at the moment, it's got to be denting his confidence. But, you know, he's like a bull terrier, really, isn't he, Hewitt? He won't let go until the very last point. And, you know, he'll still be hanging on there for dear life. So you know you're going to get a value for money when he's out there. Yeah, that's... Once you lose that, it's a little bit of that feeling in the locker room that goes around that, hey, this guy's beatable. And, you know, the qualifier coming out here just trying to get his way. And in a way, he doesn't want to be embarrassed about and getting annihilated in a match. Once he gets his teeth into it, it's like, hey, this guy's not that good. And he's just blossomed, Karlovic. So it's what a great credits all to him. You know, it's fantastic effort. Let's see whether he can actually get through. Probably looking for a tiebreaker. Well, he wouldn't have moved to that one in the first set.
15 love.
Goes to cover the open court and it just does it with ease.
Love. Let's first service.
He thinks he might have clipped the centre line.
It shows how important that easy backhand
30-15.
passing shot that Hewitt had previous point, how costly it can be. If you had made that, and that's a good return. That's tennis, ifs and buts. It's okay to aggressively use that that lob, but when it's in defence, he's just got too much time and too much height to get back for that smash.
Four games all.
What a scoreline that is. Ivo Karlovic, 2 games away from one of the biggest upsets in the history of these championships.
I was thinking about that. What do you think is the last 25 years has been the biggest upsets? And this would have to be equal to any of them. Biggest one for me comes to mind is Becker and Peter Doohan.
Yes, when Boris was the 2 times defending champion.
Second round match that nobody expected.
The women's side, Laurie McNeil beating Steffi Graf in the first round when Steffi was the defending champion.
Right on the line.
$15 all. $30-15.
Down the far end and placed it better.
A bit of old-fashioned style of play there, wasn't it? Hit the good approach shot, get in quickly, push it to the far corner, let the ball slide away.
It's long, but it's break point.
$30-14.
Another great approach shot. And another unbelievable volley. Hewitt's definitely threatened by that slice backhand approach shot. Then again, he doesn't want to go to the forehand because the big fella can hit a clean winner. He's a first serve, Hewitt, that's for sure. Well, I can't believe what I'm seeing.
And that placard sums it all. He came in
Karlovic
2 hours and
5 games to 4 set by 2 sets to 1.
2 hours and 20 minutes ago, it was Ivo who, if he holds serve here, he'll leave as Karlovic the conqueror. Only once has the defending men's champion lost in the first round at Wimbledon, and the qualifier from Zagreb will serve for the match.
Boy, he's calm. Well, maybe that tension that I saw that Hewitt had in the locker room was legitimate for a reason. He was certainly very, very tense around the locker room. And he looked nervous going out. Now this is his last chance. Tell you what.
Time. Thank you.
Well, a better forehand volley under pressure you'll never see. Well, it's been ineffective today, the forehand.
30 love.
Way too many unforced errors. And that time, just pushing the lob.
Let's. First service.
Just no nerves out there at all, it would seem. Ivo Karlovic, a qualifier ranked 203 in the world in his very first Grand Slam match, has 3 match points against the champion.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sensational. What an amazing start to Wimbledon.
6-3, 6-4.
Just an incredible performance, isn't it, from this guy? Young qualify, first ever Grand Slam. I mean, first ever Grand Slam match, not Grand Slam title. Against the defending champion, one of the toughest players in the world. And went out and played as good as he could possibly believe. He went for every single shot, volleyed, apart from the first set, which was almost faultless tennis. Sad to see Lleyton-Hewitt go. Horrible feeling walking off the centre court that you call home the year before.
And right now, Ivo Karlovic would like to stay on the centre court for the rest of his life. What a moment for him. He'll sign autographs, he'll milk this moment, and so he should.
Absolutely. What a thrill. I mean, I think he was just been thrilled enough to be on the centre court, having qualified and made a decent match of it, let alone come away winning. I mean, and playing the way he did. Not that Hewitt was playing poorly. Didn't play as well as he normally does, of course, but What a moment. The biggest upset you can remember? Certainly the biggest I can remember.
Oh, for sure. A qualifier beating the defending champion in the first match. And from the moment he held serve crucially at the start of the second set, saving those 5 break points, he served and played quite magnificently. Well, it's taken everyone's breath away, but it is a remarkable start to this year's championship. The defending champion goes out. And let's take a breath by just looking at the statistics of the match. And I'm sure, Pat, what it will show us is just how well, after that first set, Karlovic served. No aces in the first set, very low serve percentage. And from then on, quite brilliant.
Well, I think the crucial thing there is break points won. 3 from 13 from Hewitt, 2 from 3 from Karlovic. The big points, all about winning the big points. And normally Hewitt is the man to who can grab those big points, and that's why he's been such a champion. Karlovic serving at 64% overall, and at times he was up to 70%, particularly the second, third set, which is just almost impossible with a guy with that much power and that much angle from his height. It's just a very, very good effort. The way he played under pressure, just got to give a guy credit.
And when he came out to serve for the match, I mean, no nerves, he serves it out to love.
Unbelievable. Incredible. It really is the most amazing performance from a qualifier. You could expect him to serve a whole bunch of aces and not to be able to look at the height difference. That's David and Goliath.
Well, sometimes it takes Wimbledon 2 or 3 days to really get going. This one has started in the most explosive of fashions. Karlovic beats the defending champion 1-6, 7-6, 6-3 and 6-4.
I'd never seen him play. I'd seen him walk around a bit before, but yeah,